Hello, hello. What's going on, my brother? How we doing today?
Man, I'm well. How's it going?
Good, 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 good.
Want to wish everybody a happy weekend. Hope the weekend is going well for everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you guys for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Thank you.
Mhm.
Uh, we got a great show today, man. We got a recap of last week a little bit, and then we got something else we're gonna bring to the table. You want to explain to the people what we got going, my brother?
So we want to do a recap on Lust because we want to give you a chance to redeem some of the it's a little bit cool, man. We're gonna have a good show. Some of the bad stuff that you said about Lust last week, we want to give you a
Okay, okay,
chance to
okay,
redeem yourself.
okay.
And then after that, we're gonna be talking about fairness within relationships.
Okay.
That's definitely something that's going to be interesting. Fairness within relationships.
Hmm.
I think there's oftentimes where we leave out of the category of fairness and can take advantage of relationships, or allow people even to take advantage of us. So it's
Right.
important to know fairness within relationships as we,
Absolutely.
move forward and try our best to be a better version of ourselves. So
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
I'm interested to hear how this conversation unfolds and even read some of the comments from our chat. We got an amazing chat, brother, that
Absolutely.
I brag about all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Well,
I'll
my,
let you kick it off first, brother. Just recap on Lust. After taking a week to think about it and to do some more research, what is something else that you learned about it, or what's some of your conclusion with this thing called Lust?
bro, um, just going back over it and looking at it, man, I think um, we definitely have to look at lust from several different angles. And then we have to look at the definition of lust. What is lust? And I think when most people hear that, what they hear is um, sex,
Mm,
or they think of lust and they think automatically it's a sexual, something sexual,
facts.
or something that's wrong. And just really looking at that, bro, we both gave examples last week of where lust comes from, our first encounter of lust. And I
Mm,
think that's going to be extremely important because I think how you're introduced to something is how you're going to take something in and what you're going to look at it as. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I think that introduction to anything is going to be a blueprint on what it is for you or that individual person. In my
yeah.
opinion, what's your thoughts with that?
So uh yo experience with something is definitely going to shape your perspective.
Yeah.
I blame you last week because I think that you was right, but you didn't explain why you was right, and so I gave you another week to explain why you was right, and you still didn't do it. So let me take it a step further. So that word lust has multiple definitions. Um, and so it just depends on the context of what you're using it in. So yes, I think we should be educated on the many multiple definitions that it can have.
Tell me how
It's
I
a
was
word.
wrong again last week. Tell me
you
again.
you wasn't wrong. You just wasn't right. You wasn't right because you didn't explain it all the way that you should have, which really could have brought us to a greater understanding. And I'm
Okay.
just saying, if I was working with my younger brother that I'm 10 years older than, I would have explained it a little more.
You know,
Um,
I and you're right. You know what I'm saying? The
Thank
toxicity of my brother.
But in
I,
all seriousness, man, it's a word that's polysemy, POLYSEMY.
Mm-hmm.
meaning it can have multiple definitions. So
Yeah.
being that is that, again, it depends on how you use it. So uh I stand to be corrected that lust can actually be a great thing when you
Mhm.
look at the one definition that says it's a strong desire. You need a strong desire for certain things in your life.
True.
So again, it just depends on how you use it. And we
Mhm.
want to make sure that we just educate ourselves all the way around the board.
Mhm.
If you're talking about it from a spiritual context, then that's going to put a totally different meaning with it. And so you have to use it for its advantages so that you can be just the best version of yourself. But it's
Mhm.
lust is actually needed. And if you don't have it, you won't be successful.
Um, Rance, I think just looking at the word and just saying
Mm,
a strong desire. Um, we I think it's a blessing to have that, but I think we just can't take it overboard with
mm,
us having that, right? I think we do have to have a strong desire for different things because I think that is our motivating factor in
yeah.
doing a lot of things, a lot of what we do and how we do. Me having a strong desire or love for my wife allowed us to go 21 years in being married,
Mm,
right? And so looking at that and understanding that, and I'm going to say being in the midst of um, boxing, you had a strong desire. So you were able to accomplish a lot of different things because of your desire of what you had and and how you felt about it. When
mm,
you woke up every day thinking and dreaming about this. And so the reason why I think that strong desire is important because it allows us to be successful in areas that we normally wouldn't be. It I look at that sort of like I'm not going to say rage, but I can't even think of the word right now. When you
I look at it as it's a motivator, bro. You need that
yeah,
motivation
yeah.
until you desire that discipline.
Mhm.
That motivation is going to eventually lead you to be disciplined or undisciplined, which is a very important word.
Sure.
But if you don't have that motivation, which is the birth of discipline or the beginning of it, then
Mhm.
you can never get to discipline. If you don't get to discipline, then you ain't gonna be successful at finishing anything in your life. Because most of the time when it comes, you know, time for us to finish a task, it's some kind of road bump along the way, some kind of friction, something that's getting in your way.
Mhm.
And that strong desire is that thing that's gonna get you over it. And so I do think along the way, your desire have to change. It can start off as one thing, but it's gonna turn into something totally different. Um, a show that I like watching on the internet is Pop That Balloon,
Oh, we know
right?
that. You toxic.
I like that show, but these people don't know each other, so they gotta, as fast as they can, find an attraction that a person have and realize, do I want to keep my balloon, or do I even want to go on a date with this person? And so what's interesting to me is the factors that they take into consideration of why they pop that balloon. Some of them be, very interesting, and some answers are better than others, but again, you got to move, and you got to move fast if you want to, select that date or not. But in
I,
life, sometimes we have to make decisions just as fast.
yeah, and I'm gonna say this, bro. You mentioning that I like that from the perspective of we can immediately see where people values are,
Yeah.
um, what they value, and what their motivation is
Mm,
initially before we move forward. I think that's important, especially with that particular show because again, no, we don't know each other or but what sparks your interest and a lot of times um, it can be looks.
yeah.
uh, yeah, it can be looks, it can
Yeah.
be certain um, answers with certain things as far as children or what have you. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But something had to get your attention in the beginning. And a
Hmm.
lot of times that something can be what's on the surface level. And what's on the surface
Yes, sir.
level is, outer beauty or how a person treat themselves or
Hmm.
how they present themselves rather. And so you really just don't know. But that whole concept, brother, is just quite interesting.
Hmm.
And so yeah, I was just surprised, and we had some really good feedback. So I was thankful for the feedback that we had, the comments
Hmm.
that we had on last week, and again, just to go back and to do a recap on
Hmm.
certain thoughts and
So
just to move forward, like I always say.
let me ask you this question. So, what is something about last week conversation um, that um, that you learned from? That you what didn't you know that you know now about lust?
Again, the many different definitions, and learning overall that it can be neutral. It ain't for you or against you, but it's how you use it. When it's used the right way, it's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
It could be a wonderful thing, but if you use it the wrong way, then lust could be the thing that take you out. And again, that's looking at the different definitions and not just one. If I'm talking about sexual lust, then that's a whole nother conversation within its own. So just being multifaceted with
It,
the approach and the way you think about something only seeing it one way. So
let's stop right there for a second, where you're saying it's a whole different situation as far as what
you said as far as
because
say again.
you were saying sexual lust. So, do you think sexual lust is bad or
Again, that's gonna be how you use it. It's
Yep.
both got good and bad with it. When you
Yeah.
use it in the context of marriage, it can be a great thing, but that same great thing could be a bad thing as well.
Mhm.
Um, for instance, um, if you're having sex and you're thinking about somebody else, if you're having sex and you're doing that more than you being spiritually sound, or you're taking advantage of it, or just the fact of being selfish in any kind of way, it could be a good thing that's used bad. And so again, it just depends.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I ain't never went there, but okay.
I mean, that's just the way to think.
No, no,
And
no, no. I
sometimes
can, I can
and
appreciate it.
sometimes you'll get that. Yeah, a person with one person and thinking about fantasizing and looking at what their neighbor have and things like that. And so
Mhm.
it could become very interesting. And so I think, brother, in this thing called life, we got to continue to make assessments and make sure that you're doing the right thing for the right reason. I said something to myself recently. I said, oftentimes it's not the what, it's the why. It's not what you're doing, it's why you're doing it that makes
Mhm.
the difference.
Yeah.
Because you could be doing the what for the right thing, but why you're doing it can change the whole, can change it as a whole. And if that's the case, then you're gonna be in trouble. And so again, you gotta check yourself more than anything in order for you to continue to do the right thing for the right reason again.
Mm. Yeah, that's great. Okay. I like that. I like that. I like that. What you got, my brother?
Man, I'm we can always come back to this, but I'm ready to jump into this fairness within relationships.
Okay.
When you think about fairness within relationships, what's one of the first things that come to your mind? Fairness within relationships.
Bro, that word just within itself, fairness. Um, I think when we get into relationships, first and foremost, um, for me, I
Mhm.
think of what am I not doing that she's doing, first and
But I
foremost.
don't know if you realize it, but that's one of your favorite words. Where it might not be you use that word more than anything, more than anybody that I know. Am I being fair? And you be serious when you rub them dry hands together. You like, I want to realize,
They
am
got
I
lotion
being,
on them.
am I being fair?
Yeah.
Over the years, and that's what made me, think of that topic because I don't think a lot of people ask that question, am I being fair? Or to try to realize, are they being fair? So
Friends, let's stop saying we love somebody if we don't act like it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Let's stop saying, I want this relationship and I want this, and that, and you're not willing to give what they're giving or look even viewing the other side, right? I think a lot of times we go about our life um, and just say, this is what I want, and not saying, what does this person need and what do I need to provide um, in this relationship? Am I doing my part? And again, I think that's extremely important in relationships because we have past relationships or what have you. And the first thing a person says is what this other person wasn't doing or how they hurt them and not looking at themselves. And I think that goes back to this and saying, um, am I, what did I do and what do I have control over? We always want to go back to what we don't have control over rather than what we have control over and try to work on that first rather than, uh, and we're trying to work on something that we don't have control of first. And I think,
I think it's like that, bro. Because one of the easiest things there is to do is to point the finger at somebody else. But when you take accountability, now you got to deal with you. And I don't think a lot of people are equipped to deal with self. And so they point the finger and they become the victim. And in some situations, you really wasn't the victim. It could have been your behavior that provoked the villain to be the villain. And so if you provoke the villain, who is really the villain? And so, you know what I'm saying? You just never know until you truly take that assessment of self. I think that's so important for us to do. But if you're not taught that, then you don't know that. And if
right,
nobody ever tell you that and you actually listen and take those steps, then you're gonna be hit, man. But again, it's so easy to point the finger at somebody else because what they doing is so loud. But your own behavior, it seems to you like it's quiet because it's not affecting you as much as it's affecting the people who you are in relationship with. And so that's super important.
yeah.
When it comes to work, what's fairness in relationships when it comes to work to you? And that could be on a job or entrepreneurship. What's fairness in the work field?
Um, Bro, again, I think it's a similar thing. It goes to what is your job, what is your part,
Hmm.
right? Um, I have to look at that because I'm the employer, and so I have to look at situations and say, am I being fair? And I have to look at the whole situation. I can't just look at part of the situation. I have to look at the entire situation and say, am I being fair? Right? Um, is this a good workplace? Am I listening to what the guys are saying? Um, I got a brother out. Um, I just brought him, but he worked for me years ago, and he just came back and started working for me. But him and I were having conversation about this, and I said, first and foremost, I want you to be transparent with me and talk to me about if you see something that I'm not doing, let me know. But it's a way to do it.
Hmm.
Again, and I was explaining to him, give me suggestion. Do not be upset if I don't take your suggestion, but give me your suggestion. And I was explaining to him, I said, I say that for this reason. We're out here on the job. If it doesn't go right, the suggestion that you made, um, I have to pay for it. If it doesn't go right, the suggestion I made, I have to pay for it. And so, again, that ultimate decision is going to be mine because financially I have to pay for it, right? And so, looking at that decision is going to be mine always. Don't take it personal. Just look at it as what it is, and let's continue to just have an open relationship and communication, right? But when we're out here, every decision is on me. I have to take control because, again, at the end of the day, if it go right or if it go wrong, I have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Financially or whatever, right? And so I think getting that understanding out in the beginning and having that understanding with people, because sometimes people will take it personal that you don't go the direction that they ask you to.
Yeah,
And again, my responsibility is this, and your responsibility is that. Understanding our roles and our responsibility in situations, I think, is extremely important. So,
that's good.
yeah, yeah. Um, Same question in reverse to you. What are some things? Um, what are some things that you look at that actually? Let me switch this up a little bit. Let me switch.
And I'm glad you did because I
Let me.
was just getting ready to say, fairness is you asking your own questions. Don't ask my questions.
I,
Thank you. I
it's
couldn't wait to get you together. You seen the way I perked
that's
up,
why
didn't you?
that's why
Yeah,
I
thank
stopped
you.
in the middle.
Yeah,
That's why.
ask your own questions. You can ask two questions alike, but you're not gonna just ask me the whole
Exactly.
show
That's
question.
why. That's why I stopped.
Well, amen, amen, brother. We learning each other.
Uh, when it comes to fairness, with you, and I was trying, and the reason why I stopped right there because I was saying, mine and employees are going to be a little bit different than your situation a little bit. Um, when it comes to fairness with you and your family, right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna get a little personal in dealing with taking care of your grandmother and communicating and how that should be done. What's your thoughts with that?
When it comes to fairness and family,
Mhm.
what I would like to see
Yes.
is everybody take the job and the responsibilities that we have to do as serious or equally as the same. Like if everybody pull their own weight or if everybody figure out what needs to be done, then the ultimate mission of us being successful is that we can do that. We can be that. We can accomplish what needs to be accomplished. But if everybody values ain't the same, if one person value is up here to take care of our grandmother and the other person is way down, you're gonna have a false balance. And so what I had to learn is not to take that personal. When it comes to going to see my granny, I put it in my schedule. It's in my schedule to go up there at least minimum twice a week. Some weeks I'm up there 4 to 5 times, but it gives me closure and it makes me feel good. Here's a woman who has sold into me in my life over the years. So who am I not to sow back unto her? With kids, it's kind of like it's the opposite. When they're little, the adults, we take care of them. And then when we get older, the whole thought process is that they are equipped to take care of us one day. And so that's what I do with her, even though she's my grandmother and I'm not, a child, but a grandchild, but that need is there. And so instead of passing that responsibility to somebody who is not picking up for it, I just pick up. Again, I wish everybody was on the same mindset, but we're not because we view things differently. She has dementia, and I've heard family members say, I don't want to see her in that state of having dementia. Well, me, I found that the dementia can be a very special thing. The thing that I love about dementia is she doesn't remember that two of her daughters have passed away. So she don't have to bear that pain. If you ask her where her daughters are, she'll tell you sometime, are they over there? Are they just doing this? Are they doing that? She don't have to bear that pain that, two of her daughters passed away. And so I use that and I use music therapy and I make it fun. And, a lot of times when I go see her, she'll call me my dad for a while and I take sweet treats with me. And so I'd be like, "You ain't getting this candy bar, you ain't getting these cookies until you remember me." And lo and behold, she'd be like Lorenzo Earl, and it's just a beautiful thing. So that's how you see it. And so my prayer is that, one day if I'm in that state, that my people take care of me the same way that I've, taken care of them and other
I'm
people.
gonna
But
be
again,
honest, bro.
everybody don't see it the same.
Since you've been going up there, and you know, I thank God and pray constantly that her vision, um, you know, kind of,
Mm.
because you're not the best looking person. Then when she see me, she just brighten up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, we use your picture for scare tactics. The scare tactics that I use your pictures for is totally different. But we can talk about that on another show with the fairness. That's not about fairness within relationships.
I'm gonna say this, brother. I so love when you go up there, when you're communicating or whatever, and then I guess where I'm at, and I just see you up there with her, and then just see um, how it uplifts her to have, and I think what you're saying, I don't think other family members get that.
Nah.
Um, she's happy to have family and people around.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because you're communicating a lot of times with total strangers,
Yeah.
and I think you don't understand. Family don't understand that a lot of times. You have 80 to 90% of your life now that you have total strangers taking care of you.
Total strangers.
Yeah.
So to
So
see a familiar faces,
yeah.
to see a familiar face is love, and so you want to produce that. I truly believe that people give up when they don't have those familiar faces and those people who they been around and familiar with, and so that's super important, bro. So, I plan to keep that going as long as I got breath in my body.
Do you ever think about that with yourself?
As far as what you mean?
Um, who would take care of you, or what and who do you have to take care of you?
Yeah, I do. I've thought about that. I put a lot of time invested in my kids. And so I truly believe, that if something was to happen, they would try their all and be the very best them to give back to me because they're at that age where they know what's real. They know my daddy far from perfect, but he's there. And so just that relationship with them, I feel like I can always count on them to a certain degree. And then a sibling or two. I feel like I can count on them. And so just having that team where you spent that time and you sowed those seeds is gonna mean a lot. I think I will put you on a no visiting list though. And that will help me with my recovery for whatever I'm recovering from.
Listen,
So
because you know I'm coming up here to act the fool.
yeah, you you
Now
definitely on that. Yeah.
I say and ask that, bro, because I see now just the different things with our parents and different things, and just really understand the responsibility that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Um, I was just telling our family is going through situations right now, and just looking at are we being fair, and are we giving the love that was given to us, and we do 100% have a responsibility. I was over last week with my mother-in-law and just chilling, and just having conversation, and just looking and saying, man, these relationships are important
They are.
to grow, to have, to because if we don't have them and we are bitter and this and this, um, people aren't going to want to be here to love us and take care of us and this and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
you know. And so it'll be easy to just throw someone into a home or throw someone by the wayside instead of um, that care. because it's crazy. You'll go up there from time to time and you say, okay, hey, she needs some water, or she needs this, or she needs this, because again, you're she's special to you. You're looking at everything and saying, okay, hey, let's make sure this is done right.
Yeah,
Not just a hired help, but a love. You know what I'm saying? And I think uh, someone helping you out of love or somebody helping you out of hire is going to be totally different.
totally different concept, man, and that's interesting. But yeah, that fairness and family is a serious situation. I like the comment that was posted that said fairness and family is like an emotional climate. It could
Okay.
definitely be that because it could be up and down.
Hmm.
Fairness and family is an emotional climate. And if you don't know how to hold on during those tough times, you're gonna be in trouble because family can be up and down. It can get to the point to where you ask even your siblings, like, "Hey, who raised you?"
Hmm.
Because just the thought process and the actions are so much different from what we're accustomed to or what we grew up in. Because when people get a certain age, they take on their own definition and their own lifestyle, and they have a totally different reference of life, and sometimes it's needed and sometimes it isn't, but it's quite interesting to say the least.
Okay. I like it. I like, but I need to do a public apology too. Um, to my sister Foxy. I was supposed to call her, and I just been kind of ripping and running. And I am going to call you today, and we handle our business today. So I apologize. I have literally been just ripping and running, and
Mm.
so I need to give her a call. So I just wanted to publicly say that because it's been on my mind to do that. But you just kind of just have a lot of stuff going on
Yeah.
sometimes.
I remember when we talked yesterday, you told me you wasn't thinking about Foxy, but if fairness in relationships is for
No,
you to
that
get
was
on
Naomi
today,
I was talking about, bro.
if fairness in relationships is for you to get on today and apologize,
No,
then
that was Naomi I was
it
talking
sounds
about. It
good.
was
It
not.
sounds
It
good.
definitely was not. It definitely was not Foxy. It was Naomi. So we back.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, brother, we want to take this time out to say again, happy 21st anniversary to you and your
Thank you, man.
wonderful wife, man. 21 years is indeed a blessing, brother. We celebrated. We can't say congratulations enough.
Yeah.
Your boy AP just popped in the chat. What up, AP? But yeah, man, 21 years is a huge blessing, bro.
Yeah.
Which take us to our next part. I want to talk about fairness within relationships when it comes to dating and marriage. Let's
Mhm.
start with dating first. What are some red flags do you think that people have gave in the beginning, or what do you think are some red flags that this person is not going to be fair in the beginning?
Um, bruh, I think when people um, come into relationships and look at what you're not doing or what you can do for me, rather than
What
what
can
they
you do for me?
yeah,
Okay.
rather than what they can do. And I love my wife so much because again, um, we started out with the relationship and she showed me who she was. Like I was explained before, I lost my wallet and she had paid for the groceries.
Hmm.
And this was our first time going out, right? I mean, and so I was just like, oh wow,
Hmm.
right? And that shows you this person isn't in the relationship for finances or this or what have you. It's a genuine person, right? And
Yeah.
other people may have just left or said, "Oh, I don't know what to tell you," or looking at you crazy and with judgment. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think um, that situation was God telling me and kind of just showing me who this person was,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Yeah.
know, so um, yeah, I think we have to just look at different signs or what have you in relationships you've been in. What are some things that showed you that people are genuine in the beginning of the relationship, or what are some things that people can show to show that they're genuine in the beginning of a relationship?
I think when a person genuinely wants to get to know you and they're not leading with how much money you make.
Mhm.
I think when you look at a person's possessions and everything on the outer, on the surface level, I think you can get stuck on that. And so I think in the beginning, it should be to get to know a person first, to get to know their relationship with God, to get to know if they're emotionally mature, to get to know if they're selfish or do they truly have your back, to look at how they treat their family. I think when a person look at that, that what matters the most.
Yeah.
Um, if it's me and I'm talking to a young lady and I would tell her, I would ask her, does this young man that's pursuing you, does he have kids? And what's his relationship with his kids? And judge a lot of things off of that versus how much money you make. Do you make six figures? Do you make this? Do you make that? Again, that matters and it has its place because nobody just want nobody broke and dusty and stanky and funky and don't wear deodorant and have erectiles dysfunction issues. People don't want that, but that's not what you lead with. You need to lead with the how pure is this person heart? Do they have a pure heart and good intentions, or are they just living foul? Are they just selfish? Because it's gonna be something for that person who lived a selfish life their whole life, and then, like you said earlier, you get to a certain point and you need help, and nobody is there, so you in a nursing home by yourself. You know what I mean?
You
Or
just
if
ran
you
your
know
laundry
someone
list
sleeps.
right down the list that you know. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I had to commend my brother, bro. I look at him and I just say, this is such a good person,
Who?
right? Chris.
I thought you were talking about me, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. I say that because um, I learned so much from him, and just us with just our relationship, our conversation, just everything.
Mm,
And um, what I love most, I'm gonna say about
mm,
our relationship is we're constantly correcting each other, but it's the crazy part is the older we get, or just as of late, it's been like, yeah, bro, you was right about this situation. Yeah, bro, you was right. And it's just back and
mm.
forth, but it's the um, learning, and more than anything, man, it's the love
Love.
that we have for family,
Right. That's everything.
bro. It, it, it baffles me.
Hmm.
It's crazy, you know. So I look at it, and my aunts are just like, you know what, just gonna say, hey, thank y'all, and I'm like, you know what, I'll never forget
Hmm.
y'all getting on the road, traveling to bring us clothes and food up in college. We went to college in Big Rapids, Michigan. That's up
Wow.
north. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And
So they
to,
so they were stealing clothes. Okay.
if that's what you want to call
No, them the Golden Girls. I don't think they watching, so I could talk. I could talk a little junk because I don't think they watching today.
this is being recorded, so I definitely
Yeah,
see this.
they was stealing clothes. But go ahead, I'm listening.
But, bro, my grandmother, my auntie Nisi, my aunt Tisha, and Tracy, and my mom,
Mhm.
how they took care of us, right?
That's everything, bro.
And um, for us to be in a position now to love and take care of them is everything, right?
Yeah,
But this mother sucker lead, brother. If anybody leads,
yeah.
my brother leads, and he's like, hey, let's go here. Let's this family thing, family only. We going this and we doing this, and this. I'm like, let's do it. You know what I mean? And I can 100% appreciate that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it's just The love that you give is the love that you receive,
That's
right?
it.
And I think out of all this, that statement right there is what it's about. The love that you give is the love that you receive,
Yeah.
right? And so many people want to receive before they give,
Hmm.
right? And I think you have to really look at situations and say, make a person feel a certain kind of way,
Hmm.
and they're going to give it back tenfold.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I just think that's important. What's your thoughts with that, my brother?
Man, brother, you said a lot. Be able to give before you receive.
Mm-hmm.
And year number 21, I want you to make sure you keep that same energy within your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
In the time of the bedroom, make sure you give before you receive. And I think that, yeah. I decided to go there.
You need to stay in the living room and out the bedroom, bro.
Make sure you give before you receive, and it'll
No,
be
let
21
me
more
say this.
years of happiness.
Okay. You need
Yeah.
to, you got a spot in my house that you typically, all
I
right,
just gave some advice, brother. It went with what you said. It flowed. It flowed. Just accept it for what it is,
right
brother.
there. You see that?
Wow. That-
That's where you need to stay, okay? See this? How people just come on your house and just act a fool.
so that means your company was so boring that I went to sleep. We was watching the fight, right? That's crazy.
Oh my God, my brother. Guys, it's another thing. I do want to address this. We had.
Let me put my seatbelt on for this. I ain't saying
uh,
nothing. I'm just listening.
we had a situation where I'm gonna be honest, I felt disrespected, and I think people. I used to say this all the time to my mom and to different people: keep your nose on your face. And I say that, and I think a lot of people step out of line sometimes and get carried away. And so it's a few people on here that I blocked that I just totally took out. I said, okay, I'm not going to deal with it. Um, I waited to do it because I was like, okay, you know what? I want to make sure um, that this is the right thing to do. I don't necessarily believe in blocking people, but what I realize is, and what I see is, it's necessary. And it's necessary because a lot of people will come on here and just be messy, you know what I'm saying, and just act a fool or just do other things or just bring trauma that they're going through in their life or that they went through. And again, I understand that. I understand this is on this platform, we can learn and we can learn from each other and we can grow. But when I think people are not growing and they just coming on here to act a fool or be messy, it was something that had came up and the young lady had called me and tried to record a phone call. I got it on my phone. It was on my voicemail. This call is being recorded. Why would you call me and try to record a phone call or be on just some nonsense? You know what I'm saying? And again, situations had nothing to do with them. But my thing is, I don't have time for it. And I should have blocked in the beginning and I didn't. But I said, you know what? I'm getting you out of here because you're not for this podcast. You're not for me. You're not for the people. You just want to come in and just be on a bunch of nonsense and then be on some manipulation. And I'm just saying this 100% clearly. Guys, we don't have to agree on everything. But what you're not going to do is come here and be a disruption or be on no nonsense. And this is mine and Lorenzo podcast, 100%. 100%. Don't come in and try to, oh, I'm taking over here, or I'm getting these people here, or manipulate, or anything like that. Him and I have worked this podcast for 4 going on 5 years and put in the work. And guys, we love on everybody. We do what we're supposed to do. We're very responsible when it comes to this. But this nonsense that people are bringing up, and these accusations, or these different bullcrap that people are trying to do or try to bring around, it's we're not doing it. We're 100% not doing it. And again, if we have to get you out of here, I'm comfortable with doing that now. I'm gonna be honest. I was not comfortable with doing it. I should have done it months ago, but I didn't. And again, at this point, yes, I understand why. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest, I didn't before. What's your thoughts with that, my brother?
Um, I think, bro, it comes a time in a man's life where he has to stop sitting down when he pee.
I can't with you.
And so, to sum it up, it sounds like you may have stopped sitting down to pee, and you're
Okay.
standing like a man. And so, when it comes to relationships and fairness, I think overall, bro, we have a right to separate ourselves from people if we feel like we're not being treated fair, and
Yeah.
that's your right. When it feel like personal boundaries are crossed, then you have a right to stand up for yourself. So, um, I teach the youth, and one of the things I teach the youth is that you have a right to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you got to do that, and be strong and stand on your own 10 toes. So, somebody put in the comments that it's about time that I don't know what this word say. It's about time that your boss has dropped, and you become a man. That's on one of the other platforms. It's about time his boss has dropped and he become a man, and welcome
Oh,
to manhood, and doing things that will make your beard grow. And
oh
so,
my God. Okay.
here we are.
Hopefully you do something to make your hair grow.
Yeah, yeah. I come to the conclusion I don't even want hair. I'm better off
Okay.
without it.
um, bro, I'm gonna be honest, man. I really had to. I really had to pray about that. I'm looking at situations, and even in the beginning, I said, "Don't do this or don't do this." But I'm gonna be honest. I'm 100% my mom child. I lead with my heart in a lot of different situations, and say,
Mm.
"Okay, you know what? Um, we have this podcast, and I think this is going to bless somebody, or this is going to bless them, or they really need this, or it's this, and this." But I think sometimes when we bend the rules um, for people, or go over and beyond, we get that over and that beyond with with the nonsense that they bring to the table.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it's
And that's true, man. Sometimes you have to uh ask for order in the court. A judge, if they get too loud,
yeah,
he's going to hit his thing and say order in the court, because order is needed.
yeah,
And so if it's ever a situation where you have to do that, then that's just what it is. Um I'm at a place where there's a few different things that I do, and I'm not the leader of that. And so I've learned to trust leadership and just roll with certain punches. And so, you made that decision. Some of it was funny to me, some of it wasn't. It's always a learning lesson in everything that we do. So you learn what you need to learn, and you just move forward. But that's the whole thing. You do whatever you got to do to move forward. It's never where you going to stay still, and you go back and you make an assessment, and you just use it as a lesson. And that lesson going to push you greater and closer to the manifestation of what you was called to. But we
yeah.
are learning, bro. But
You know what I
some
think.
irritation is necessary, and some irritation you just need to stay away from because it's not even necessary. And I think that's just what it is.
Bro, I think what bothered me more than anything is this. Um, It's certain people um, that'll be out here putting up Bible verses and doing all this, and this. But are you living this? And are you living what you're saying? You They can be so critical, but they're judging everybody else and doing all this other nonsense. And
Mhm.
I'm looking and I'm saying, you're writing these long paragraphs and all this other stuff to benefit you, but are you living the word? And are you helping somebody? Are you ministering to somebody? You know what I'm saying? Are you this? It
Mhm.
hasn't been a person that I said, hey, I'm over my mom's. You said, put me on the phone, put her on the phone, let's pray. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're
Mhm.
ministering to people. You're doing something that's beneficial to people, not just running your mouth on people or not just putting scriptures out here. What are you doing to help somebody's life besides writing something down on a paper?
Yeah, you right about that, bro. You know
And
what I learned? Sometimes we weaponize the wrong thing. I
yes.
was listening to a show and I heard a older man. He was talking to the younger man, and the older man told the younger man, I'll think you in the classroom because I have degrees and you don't." And
Mhm.
so the younger man got offended, like he should have. And he told the older man, "What does a degree mean?" I think you can focus on your degree too much and put too much emphasis on that. You can
Mhm.
put too much emphasis on religion. You can put too much
Yeah.
emphasis on street smarts.
Yep.
You can put too much emphasis on one thing. And what happens is you got a false balance because you thought that this one
That's it.
thing was your everything and you
Yep.
forgot to love people.
Yeah.
So, according to scripture, when Jesus was here, he told them, out of all these commandments, the most important one is to love thy neighbor as you love yourself. How do you love? And sometimes I always think about this. I always said that I wouldn't put anything negative on social media because I ask myself, is my comment going to cause division or is it going to cause for people to come together? And if you're going to cause division by any means necessary, you should think twice, two or three times before you say what you're going to say or do what you're going to do. And even with people getting caught or people speculating that somebody is doing something that they're not supposed to. Do you want this person to receive help or do you want to just expose them? Some people just want to expose you and talk about you. Some people just want to say that they help you. And so they take the cameras out when it's time to help somebody. And so we just got to get back to that place of love to where we just do things out of love and not out of let me be seen or let me divide or let my opinion be the smartest one. And so again, it comes with making those assessments.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. With this whole situation, I was so embarrassed because I'm putting other people' business out there to try to protect myself
Hmm.
or saying things that and I'm dead ass wrong for that, right?
Hmm.
Say, oh no, it was, and again, looking at situations, I know who I am. I know what situations are, but people will put you in situations or make false accusations or do all this other stuff. And what really pisses me off is don't say you my sister or you this and this and you got my back and you're hiding stuff from me or you're behind my back being on some manipulative stuff
Hmm.
with somebody else.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Or talking about you behind your back.
Yes,
That's
comment,
why when I talk about you behind your back, I always come back to you and tell you
bruh.
exactly what I said, because I want you to know what I said because I want the full credit for the jokes.
Yeah,
I want the full credit for every joke I said about you and for
no, I'm
everything else.
my thing is for 4 years we've been doing this, and for 4 years we've been busting our busting our butt, and just certain people would come in and just bring division or manipulation or just some nonsense. I mean, 100% nonsense. You know what I mean? and just looking at that and just saying, you know what, shame on you and shame on y'all. And if do you really see what we're doing or what we created and what we have?
Yeah.
People need these vacations, uh, these conversations that we have. It's needed.
Needed.
It's needed.
It's so much negativity out there till we need
Bruh.
something positive. We talking about fights on fights within fights. People are in multiple fights,
Yeah.
from health to finances to family to depression and anxiety and the battlefield of the mind all
Mhm.
together. And so we need something positive. And so, like you and I said down in the beginning, we said, "Hey, bro, it's so much that we could talk about. It's so we can be popular real fast if we negative and
Yep.
we go against women and enter into the battle of the sexes conversation." But we was like, no, that ain't who we are. It's got to be a topic that's going to be beneficial, uplifting, educational, and motivating, so that we could be better as a people. And again, a lot of times when you stand on that, the algorithm itself ain't gonna select you or allow the people that don't even know that we come on certain platforms, because the algorithm not gonna support that. But if it
Yeah.
was negative, the algorithm will be all over it. And so when you get something good, you hold on to it. Must be nice, like Jenna said.
I'm gonna say this: if you knew a person heart,
Hmm.
if you knew who people really are, um, if you knew what happens behind the scenes of what we do and how we do and how we try to love and benefit, um, with our time, financially, everything,
Yeah,
everything, bro. The sacrifice that Renz, I tell you this quite often. I owe you a couple $1 million. The sacrifice you made because of how you're here for my dream. You know what I'm saying? Of or a vision I've had, and to stand with me and support me with this. I so appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I so appreciate that. For you to say, bro, I think we need to bring ministry into this. Okay, let's rock. You know what I'm saying? Again, people don't realize the work that we do and what we do and how we loving on people. It's people that we had to help financially. You and I were talking, say, when we get into a position, I want to pull up on some people. If they're
yeah,
in the hospital or if they're going through this, I want to go to that city and just pull up and just pray for them and make sure and show them that we love them. You understand what I'm saying? Who thinks like that? You know what I'm saying? Who thinks like that and just say, you know what? I want to do more when it comes to helping people, loving on people, and doing this. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? That's different, bro.
That's
That's different. It's not just we're on here talking and having conversations and laughing and joking. We sit down and have serious conversations about the topics we're talking about, the rights, the wrongs that we do. We're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But respect us, respect us, and that's what I think is not happening on a lot of the times. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's being
And it's not the majority. It's
no,
only a
it's not.
few.
It's
The
not.
majority are, and so when you find the ones that are not, you just simply, pluck them out and do as you did, and you move forward. We have some amazing people who go above and beyond to say thank you. And when we go on trips, I always get Hershey kisses. I know you don't, but by me being Mr. One Kiss Away, I get from Sheila, I get a bag of 2 bags of Hershey Kisses. And so it's just the special treatment like that where people let you know it's real. And so in return, I try my best to be as real as I can.
You know what
Uh
Sheila told me, and I'm gonna just be real with you. She said I sit on his Hershey kisses every time I give it to him to make sure he kissed my.
well, so you take something that's so wait a minute. So you take something that's so special and unique. You
Thank you,
take something
Sheila.
that's special and unique and you pervert it like that. I can't wait till the next person attacks you. I cannot wait. I'm gonna cheer them on.
Oh my goodness, I love my sister Sheila.
That beautiful, amazing young lady did not say anything like that. She's
And she said it.
just an awful person at
Oh
times.
my goodness. No, man, I do want to say this on another note, man. I love and appreciate you guys. We got some sisters that um
We got
minister,
some diehards that will roll up their sleeves and fight. We
man,
got some diehards that'll roll up their sleeves and pray. We got some diehards that truly
bro.
got our back, and so we definitely, thank God for that because
I
if
was
it, if
talking
it
to
wasn't for that, brother, we wouldn't have the strength to continue. I don't
brother.
think we would.
I was talking to Wanda and the Holy Ghost the other day. Okay, listen to me.
Oh
He was
boy.
talking to me and the Holy Ghost at the same time.
Okay.
I said, "What? She had talked to me, then she had talked to him. She had talked to me."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God, she wasn't messing around." No, man, but I'm gonna say this, man. I feel it, I know it, and bro, thank you for the prayers and the support and everything that you guys do.
Mm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um,
I'm gonna say this, bro. Because of them, you know what I'm saying? We wealthy already. Wealthy is a mindset. Wealthy is relationship.
yeah,
I used to think that my bank account had to say a certain thing for me to be wealthy, but I'm wealthy right now.
yeah,
I'm wealthy because of the close proximity that I have with God. It's
yeah,
been prayers, brother, that I've prayed and I've seen the difference. It's been people that called, as you can know, and could testify and was like, "Hey, pray for this," and God will tell me exactly what it is. That close proximity with God is everything. When we look at the Bible in the beginning, Adam and Eve was in the garden in the beginning, and it's because they had close proximity with God. They wasn't wanting for anything, and so
you got some
God has
Delta
that
booty
for
on your
us,
lip.
huh?
You got had some Delta booty on your lip. So
Uh, And so God has just so many wonderful things for us when we come into close proximity with Him by way of relationship and not whereby what do I have or what I could do. It's never the money that make you wealthy. It's the mindset. It's the
yeah,
peace. It's the love. It's the glory, and it's most important the authority that comes along with that, bro. So I'm just excited for where we are, but even more excited for where we're going because where we are now isn't where we're going as long as we continue to move forward and not let anything get in our way. So
absolutely,
again, bro, just excited.
bruh. It's all the way up. That's all I can say. It's all the way up.
Yeah.
Well, my
And
brother,
then
we
it's interesting how all the work that we do to get there, when we finally get there, I'm definitely gonna block you. I just want to say that we made it to that journey, and when we get to the top of that mountain, I can't wait to block you. So I look forward to that
I
as
can't
well.
wait to get blocked.
Yeah, well, we got that in common. So
I,
at least
I,
we know. At
I
least we
call
know
you
when we
every
get to that
day.
mountain what's gonna happen, so it ain't no
Today
surprise.
my lucky day.
And that, my friend, is fairness within relationships. We know that we go in separate ways. I can't wait to push you down off the mountain when we get to the
Man,
top of the mountain.
listen. Uh, so we both excited. So, my brother, man, great show, guys. And our show typically is never going to be about this or like this, but I felt it was necessary that I did say something and about that because it's been bothering me for a while, and just looking at it, and I think we have to just sometimes we have to just do something about it, you
You
know.
do, bro. Sometimes you have to address the elephant in the room,
Yeah,
but most importantly, brother, and I ain't saying this because I feel like people want to hear this. I'm saying it because it's from the heart. I truly hope that the people that get blocked, that they get the treatment and the love that they need, and they stop looking at life as vengeance, vengeance, vengeance. I want revenge, and
yeah,
I'm so mad at every man because of what one man has done.
yeah,
I hope that people, both men and women alike, can look at life like it's so much more to earn and to learn and to receive by me loving and just have what we know what forgiveness truly is. And that take time, man. We all know that. None of us are gonna be perfect, but in their absence, I wish those people the best. I truly do. and you pray from them from a distance, and you let that be that.
You
But
know what?
sometimes that separation is
I'm
needed.
glad you said that. Honestly, I'm going to do that, and I truly believe that I don't have any personal. Um, I'm gonna be honest. My brother really had to explain this to me. He like,
Mm.
people, some people, you just have to say, okay, listen, you don't know how to act, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to have you over there. And again, this may not be the platform for you or the situation for you, right? And it's
Mm.
not that I have any ill will against you,
Mm.
but um, you're interrupting what I'm doing. You're being a disturbance to what I'm doing. And if this is something that you don't like, or it's a constant, it started with you, then it was with me, then it was with this, with that, and yeah, they don't need to be here.
It
You know,
started with who?
with you.
Oh no, I've never had a problem out of anyone. I
Okay,
love everybody dearly.
guys, I'm going to post this tape where this brother walk off.
No,
Huh?
it was cool when they did it. It was a problem when I did it. Birds of the feather flock together. Oh my god.
Dang.
Your sister Nilda just not tuning in. Ain't that something?
Ain't
I
that
thought
something?
I thought you said Nilda loved you and she was all
I
about
thought she did too. I thought she did too.
fairness within
Just now?
relationships.
Uh,
Yeah, I
we
don't know.
logging off and she logging in, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but man, life is interesting, bro. It keeps me laughing, if nothing else. So
Man,
we're gonna keep this train moving forward, brother.
we are. We
Um,
are. And like I said,
I'm gonna hit you with my last thought, then I got a hair appointment, so I'm gonna get up out of here. But
please, please.
two very important topics we talked about. Did that recap on lust.
Hmm.
Learn how to use it and don't abuse it.
Hmm.
And then this fairness within relationships. I think it's so important to continue to ask yourself, am I giving relationships my 100? Am I giving this my 100? And whatever your 100 is, whatever that looks like, you just do that and give it your very best. Don't just halfway do nothing. Man, you keep looking to the side. Is your wife stripping for you? If that's is that what y'all doing for 21 years? Because you keep looking to the side, you keep reaching up, and it's like you grabbing something. I'm trying to mind my business, but okay. I didn't know. I was trying to mind my business. I didn't know if it was a 21-year thing or what was
Okay.
going on.
Good.
But
I,
definitely want
I
to take
am.
this time to say happy 21 years
Yeah, and
again.
I am gonna go up there and grab something in a minute. So
Oh, my. In the voice of, ooh, let me touch it. Go up there and touch it, brother.
I'll kick a wow. So
I'm like, what is he looking at?
uh,
Nah, man, but it's been a good conversation, bro. We, like I said, gonna continue to press forward.
okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Brother, my final thoughts on this particular topic is um, regulate yourself.
Mm,
Look at what you're giving. I said this earlier, but um, in relationships, your part is the most important part, and your part is what you have control over. And
hmm
I think um, that's extremely important to move forward in relationships and even in past relationships. What didn't I do, and what do I need to do? How am I giving love, and how do I want to receive love? And a lot of times people are going to give you love based off of what you taught them of how you give to them.
Yeah,
I 100% learned how to love correctly by watching my wife of how she loves me.
that's
And so
amazing.
I think that's extremely important for people to know and understand. And please stop being so selfish. Get out your way and stop being so selfish. You know what I mean? Stop being so selfish. So guys, we are out of here. My brother, um, I think next week we may Come back next Sunday. Also, um, yeah, let's do next Sunday, next week also, brother, because I will be
Then
in.
after that, we can return to Saturday. So that sounds good, brother.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely wishing you guys safe travels and that y'all have an
Thank you.
amazing time. Again, brother, I can't say it enough. We truly thank God for 21 years. We
Thank
thank God for Vanetta just being loving and patient and changing you when you need to be changed
you. Give
and
me the same thing on the other end. Come on.
changing you when you need to be changed. And when I talk about change, I'm not talking about your characteristics. I'm talking about when you needed your depend change. I'm talking about
Okay.
that kind of change. But man, just everything, brother. Again, we got some amazing people. Continue to be amazing. Love on yourself and love on those around you. I'm
Absolutely.
Mr. One Kiss Away, and I'm signing off.
We out here, guys. Thank you.